Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today. I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health risk for September 29th, 2025. We do keep graphics available at tpatw.com. We'll take a first look at our surface weather map for tomorrow, and actually high pressure dominates almost all of the country with a little bit of frontal activity and unsettled weather in the Pacific Northwest from Northern California across Nevada into Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. And we do have a frontal system almost acting as a bit of a shield against those tropical storms that are flirting with the southeastern portions of the country. Looking at our vitality index, which is the measure of all of the weather elements that might have an impact on human health, we see very little going on for tomorrow, although we have some activity here in the Pacific Northwest. We have another area of unsettled weather in Minnesota, Wisconsin, monsoon flow still pushing into the southwest, and a little bit of lingering activity up here on coastal New England. And you can still see the tropical storms off the coast of Florida with just a touch of unsettled weather across Florida. Looking at pressure change, something that is usually of interest for us with weather health interest, but today there's really very little to look at in terms of significant pressure change. We can see that touch right here along the coast of Massachusetts, and we see the tropical storms still hanging off the coast of the southeast. Our temperature change map is a bit more interesting. We have warming temperatures from the coast of Washington, Oregon through Idaho into Montana and Wyoming, falling temperatures here in the Central Plains. Dew point temperature is a bit more interesting. We have rising dew point temperatures here in the Pacific Northwest. We see rising dew points up here in Minnesota and Wisconsin. And as we look at vapor pressure, we see that also down here in Mississippi and Alabama, there's a rather large increase in moisture availability, probably just due to the onshore flow. Most of that activity with the tropical storms remaining off the coast, and actually a rather settled period. Looking at instability, we can see instability still up in the monsoon areas and lots of instability here off the Gulf and the coastal areas of the Atlantic. We're looking at POI, or the measure of the oxygen available in the atmosphere. We do have a risk of migraine running from Northern California across western portions of Nevada, Washington, Oregon, and into Idaho. Another area of migraine risk here in Kansas. A significant area of migraine risk running up the Appalachians, starting in Georgia, South Carolina, picking up in Virginia, going through eastern Pennsylvania, and then cutting off coastal toward New Jersey, Massachusetts, and the easternmost sections of Maine. We do have that risk of arthritis and asthma, just cutting down into the north central sections of Montana, a little bit with that monsoon flow up through Arizona into Utah, and another significant area of asthma and arthritis risk across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and portions of Michigan. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather today.